Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Well, today, anniversary update just came out. Anniversary.
Greetings.
Hey, Verity. Haven't heard from you for 2 days. So, from what the anniversary update is telling me, I don't have to restart a save, so. But there has been a couple of major changes made to the game, and a bunch of really cool stuff just added. One of the biggest things they added was animated landing gear. So the landing gear will actually go down when you go to land on a surface, and then it will retract when you take off. Look forward to seeing that. Upon the major things like blinking lights now, there's now an option to have blinking lights, and also retractable turrets. But there's a couple of other major things they added. One of the biggest is they added the ability to have a deconstructor. So we have constructors, but we now have deconstructors. This time I didn't turn off my jet when I logged in. Ain't that nice? And a couple of graphical improvements to the game. But here we are on our space station. But today, we're not going to be able to spend time on the space station. We are going to be... Oh, they fixed the... Yeah, they fixed the lighting. That's nice. Also, we should have added rotating asteroids, but apparently these ones have been in place. Ooh, they changed the texture on the doors. Nice. Bunch of improvements on the textures. Oh, they put lights on those. Ain't that nice? Just kind of checking out the graphical changes here real quick. They haven't changed that. They changed that. That's cool. That's nice. Bunch of graphical texture improvements made. But let's start out with the major things. Ooh, they changed the sound effects. And I have food in my inventory. Oh, that's right. Because I was making food before I ended the stream, so... We need to start that. Fuel. Make some steak here. Hey, look, wine. Stamina 100. Body temperature -3. Juice. Okay, we're good. Still haven't improved that. You still haven't improved the fact that you've got to wait for the sound effect to stop. I would really much like to have that sound effect be shortened. Yeah. Grab both of these, turn that off. There's a bunch of things that they added to this game. We are going to have to go through all of them to review those changes. Okay. They did change it to where when it comes to capacity 800, nice. They have changed it to where certain items will show an active and inactive for turrets. So turrets will show, you know, how much power it's using when in use and when not in use. Check out the lighting. Where is it? Lights. Yep, spotlight mode, and then blinking. Blink delay. I love that. That's pretty sweet. Okay, we got the block starter now. That right there. We gotta replace all of our tools because we lost our. We pretty much lost everything. We gotta fix that here. Luckily for us, we've got a bunch of components and stuff just laying around now. There we go. Enhanced rocket launcher. Shotgun. Okay, tier 2 drill. So those are the major components we have to get made. Laser pistol. Got you again. That's nice. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-boo. 1, 2, 1, 2. 3. Like 3 of each. I need to make bullets so I can defend myself. Oh, homing rocket launcher. I can make those. That's pretty sweet. Drill module 2. Can make those. Sniper rifle, not quite yet. Probably make myself a chainsaw. Yeah. Just trying to make all the things that we once had that we don't have anymore. Easy show. Get the furnace. What is required to make the deconstructor? Oh, they did add the arrows. That's nice. Spotlights. Unfold group. Huh. Okay, where's this deconstructor? There's a deconstructor somewhere in here. Ooh, detector. Shows the global direction of detected ore deposits or points of interest on the radar map, and it's used for a SV. Yeah, that's one of the things that they added. They also added the deconstructor. Hover thrusters. Integrate hover engine, thruster, and RCS into one device. Efficiency is limited. Place several hover thrusters and mind weight distribution to ensure the HV is well balanced. Okay. So they got this and that. So we got a chainsaw too, which I'll probably just leave back in here. Okay, so we need to get all of the things that we need for our... We need to get all the things we need for our ship here. Medium armor, armored windows. Kind of going through here, seeing what I have. I'm gonna make that deconstructor here. I need to unlock the blueprints, which they've reorganized where everything is. That. Projectile turrets. Rocket turrets. Laser turrets. Ooh. They've added a lot of things. Tool turrets. Module. We're going to save that for later. There that is. Grab you. Okay, there's that. Hover engine, which we already have. Miscellaneous. Making sure we have everything here. Everything we plan on using, I mean. They still haven't added the ability to make higher tier armor. That's still something we're going to have to make. Grab you. Don't plan on getting the high tier stuff quite yet. Oh, we got all that now. Okay. Okay, so we need to get ourselves a ton of steel plate so that we can start building, reorganize things a little bit. We're not in the right same spot as before. Hard steel blocks. Okay. We need steel plate in order to do that, so we're gonna have to probably go and make ourselves a trip. And grab that. Find that deconstructor devices. Deconstructor. Make one of these. I'm gonna put this in the vicinity of here. They've made the advanced constructor a lot faster too, which is great. I just want to see if I can. Okay, 2x2x2, so it takes up the space of a constructor. So I want to see if I could turn these into steel plates. I got like 117 of them, so there we go. Okay, deconstructor input. Nice, I can put items into the deconstructor into input. Put multiple identical items into one slot to minimize the loss of deconstruction fractions. Okay. So we'll find out how many we get out of each one. Okay, while that's working, let's see. Let's check out the mass, hit points, energy in idle, 10. How much for when in use? Energy in 825. Okay, yeah, we're still making more than we're using. So when we're using this thing, we're gonna have to be mindful of how much is being consumed. That's pretty good. I get a bunch of steel plates because I have plans in mind. They also added modular wings. This thing is additional wing designs that you can have on the side of SVs, but you can also attach things onto them. They're designed to be kind of like for they're designed for ships that have like missiles or almost like military vehicles, combat vehicles, where you're able to put stuff on the wings and make it, look correct. Okay, we got 500 steel plates out of that. Not exactly enough to make a lot of these, but I'll get us started. probably gonna have to make a trip down to the surface. Yeah, they've definitely fixed the shadow issues. Okay. Yeah, the lights are definitely a lot better looking. They've definitely improved the lighting issues. Oh, yeah. Come. Anyway, the plates. Let's go place this outdoors. Get us started here. We're gonna have to give ourselves enough space, quote unquote, so we can work here. I want to turn. I'm going for like giant arrowhead this time, and I'm gonna try a different tactic. Reload. I try a different tactic when it comes to the design of the ship. This time I'm going to make the general shape of it first. So I'm going to make the outline, much like I did with that. And I'm going to start from the nose and then work my way back. And then once we get the general shape made, then we'll cut out the spots that we want to be able to put things like turrets and entrances and things like that. Then put things in place from there. Okay, 59 blocks. Not exactly a lot, but it'll do. Yeah, we may have to make a salvaging trip, and we'll have to salvage by hand, which is unfortunate, but maybe something we're gonna have to do. Okay, so I'm gonna do this real quick. Move that, do that. We'll start placing blocks here. I'm also going to be designing this thing to be able to be a combat entry vehicle. This is going to be designed to survive entry while under fire. That is what it's going to be designed to do. Okay, so add a couple of blocks forward here. And then what we're going to do here. Okay, add a couple more blocks. I'm going to try and make this thing more of like at a point. We're going to do something like this. Again, trying to push my abilities. Okay, so where is you? That's probably your... I want this to be somewhat centralized, so let's do this. So where is your... You got a corner. What do you belong to? You probably belong to that. Okay. Need to figure out how to get the nose started here. Do something like this. Like that. Okay. That's the beginning of the nose. We'll do something like this. Okay. Not that. Repair that real quick. It's kind of just there. Bean. Okay. This side? Nope. Probably that. It is. Yeah, that. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to make a pointed nose here. Okay. Wait, did I just see that? Oh yeah, thrusters on this thing now. Okay. Okay, so where is it? Saw it. Okay, so these will go further back, right? Ah. Trying to figure out corner, edge, corner, large, pyramid. There we go. So yeah, okay. And we put a block out in front and it makes a pyramid like this. Like that. Okay. So that's a nose cone. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to make the outline shape here. Let's see here. Gotta figure out direction I'm liking here. Yeah, continue down this path a little bit. I like seeing the nose a little bit pointed. But we can't have it be a giant cone. We have to. It has to be more of a flat triangle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this go out this way a ways. This is a part of that, and then from there. There we go. Okay. We're going to do here symmetry there, YZ right there. There we go. There we go. Okay. And what we're gonna do, so I'm trying to make this right here to be in the center. This is going to be in the center of the vehicle. That's the plan, at least. Wrong button. There. Right there. And then rotate, right there, right there. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum ba-dum ba-dum. Do that. And do that. There we go. Okay. I'm also making it this shape so that it can't roll over like we had the problem last time. Our last drop ship just, you know, what happened is it kept rolling. We'd go and try and land, and it would, the bottom part of it would catch. The bottom part would catch, and it would just start to roll. This was going to be more of a delta wing, a giant delta wing that is going to be designed to not roll over. It will rock to one side, but it won't completely roll over because of the way this thing is going to be shaped. And this is the very front of the ship. And I like that angle. I want this thing to be long, but it's going to be like a squished cone. And what I'm going to plan on doing is first make the shape, and then we'll start adding things onto it. Because this one's going to be kind of like an upgraded version of the original, but much more armored. In fact, I'm using just hardened steel so that later on we can go through, get ourselves a whole bunch of hardened plate, and then we're just going to upgrade the outside of it to combat steel. So this thing is going to be designed to go straight into hostile territory and just have it just bounce off. That is the plan. 'Tis the plan. Yeah, they still haven't fixed that. Okay. Regular steel blocks. We got combat steel block. Well, hardened steel blocks. But yeah, right now it's just making the outside of the ship, and then we'll make all this stuff on the inside. There's a bunch of things we're going to have to make we're gonna have to have in this thing. It's gonna be very similar to what we had our last dropship, but this time it's gonna be more combat oriented. Turn on main power.
Confirmed.
There we go. We're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna go to the moon and get ourselves some steel here. Some steel plates. We're not gonna make another trip onto the planet because as long as we don't go to the planet, all the stuff that is currently there from our wreck won't be destroyed. That's another facet of this design is I want to be able to go back there and get at least the most of the stuff that's still there, that's not completely destroyed. Because as long as I'm not there, they're not attacking it. So anything that's, you know, certain things that are out and about, like what I had on my person, that's probably gone. But anything that's still within the ship's containers, I want to still be able to go and get. Oh, we have the issue. No, I don't. I think it fixed itself. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. On. Okay, so we got the spaceport. That's probably best option right now. We cleared that out on Friday. So let's go to the spaceport. They've also improved the thrusters. That's nice. That's nice. You can see them firing like that. Looks pretty sweet. Yeah, the textures have also improved quite significantly. Okay. Let's go do some salvaging here at the spaceport. Meow, 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 meow. How are we doing up high? Turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Executing now.
Okay. On salvage. We got our salvage by hand. Which is a shame, but I mean, there was no, well, that happening was like no way to plan for that. It was just pure RNG what happened. That was just absolute pure RNG. Like, you know, and understandably we were kind of really kind of crossing our fingers hoping something like that would never happen, but it was only a matter of time before it did happen like that. This shows that we should have probably redesigned our dropship sooner rather than later. Huh. Ooh. I'll take that. Some steel, some windows right there. Oh, no, no. Nope. Let's not fall off. There we go. We got a couple of solid blocks out of it. That's nice. That's very nice. This is why I spent so much time just collecting materials. In case something like this did happen. You know, we lost a ton of stuff, but we were able to regain most of our stuff just by rebuilding. It would have been really bad if we had lost our armor, though. That would have been much bigger blow. There's a sensor here. Hi, sensor. Hi, sensor. Huh. Could have gone down the sides, apparently. Or down that way. I'm learning a lot of things about this, about the spaceport. I kind of just went through the front door, but careful not to get too far away from my ship in case we need to get out of here. Grab that. Grab you. Grab you. Gotta be careful about the all that above my head. Grab the windows. Grab the door. Check here. Okay, got ways. Got you. Ah. Would like the electronics, please. Off of the lights. There we go. Sun's going down. Flashlight. Slowly back up. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. It's kind of funny that some of the blocks will just kind of hang in the air. And all the easy ones out of the way. This will be so much faster with the... I'm missing it already. But this time, this particular dropship is going to be designed with... This particular dropship is going to be designed to carry two. So we're going to have two much smaller mining vessel and a salvage vessel. We're going to design a small salvaging ship, hover vessel, and a mining vessel. Mostly the salvaging ship. Essentially, it's going to just be a cockpit with a multi-turret on it. So once we get that thing, once we get this this dropship up and running, might have our very first design that I'm gonna save. Actually, texture, name, and all that. Which I haven't done for a capital ship yet. Haven't saved any of those designs, mostly because up until this point I haven't exactly designed with saving blueprints in mind for a capital ship. My the defector though, the defector one I'm gonna have to remake, which will give me an opportunity to kind of try out the whole blueprint and how that works, because I haven't done that yet. There we go. How are we doing? Doing fine. Still got a ways to go. Turn on main power.
Acknowledged.
Just moving it out of the way to somewhere I know is a little bit more solid. Nope. Feel like they've Oh, there's yeah, they those things retract now. Okay, that's cool, because there's usually the barrels out here. I'm gonna tip it off the ground here. I'm playing around with the blocks here. Okay. Those seem to be... Okay, those do not retract. Those versions don't retract. That... Okay. Do this. Activate them before using? How does one activate them? Turrets and weapons. Oh! Nice. Weapons activated. And then... in they go. Nice. Okay. Love it. And these ones don't retract. Okay. Okay, we've played around a little. We've played around with it. Okay. continue playing around with the new toys in the game right now. Meteor incoming. From where? I don't see anything. Nothing nearby us. Is there a way to sneak in? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. I feel like they've improved the thrusters a little bit on the heavy armor. Also, my ship will be, my new dropship is going to be designed with hovering capability in mind. Well, I mean, with, what'd you call it? With the retracting landing gear in mind. See here, 27 hardened blocks. So we got 31. It's got a bunch of steel plates still. Yeah. I wanted that. Oh well. But we got a lot of work to do. Lots of redesigning to accomplish right now. Because we need to get these ships made so that we can work on space station again. And we can also go salvaging again. You know, faster salvaging, not this method. Okay. So I got enough. I think I got enough steel plate for a little while. So back up we go. Not 100% sure what kind of design we're gonna go with the small salvaging ship, salvaging HV, but we'll come up with something when we get there. But once we figure out the size of the hangar, which I'm not going to make it too terribly small, but we'll come up with something. This will allow me to practice building ships. It would be nice for them to eventually add the rotation of the planet into the game. There's our capital ship. And drop. Okay. Turn off main power.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Okay. Do this real quick. Make you. Space station, yeah, it looks cool. It's coming together. Slowly coming together. Make glass panes, drop you off. Decoration. Good morning. Yep. Currently right now we, on Friday we died and lost 3 of our ships. We had our SV, our HV, and our CV, and we got attacked from behind. We got cored at the very beginning, and we lost a ton of stuff, but not everything. So we're currently right now redesigning with the new update coming out. Well, with the new update that just came out, there's a whole bunch of new stuff, so we had to redesign anyway. But we're gonna have to go through and completely just go ham here with the redesign of the CV. This new CV I'm dubbing as a combat entry vehicle. So it's good. The previous SV, the previous dropship I made was designed to land on the ground and then defend itself from there. That's why the core was on the bottom of the ship. This time it's going to be in the center, and it's going to be armored on the top and bottom, so that if it's coming into an area where there's hostile turrets on the bottom of it, it will be able to defend itself long enough to get out. So that's what we're doing today, getting that CV made. Okay, flares, shutter war. We're gonna have to drop all this stuff off into our container here. Drop. Keep you there. Oh, we ran out of space. Okay, just put it right over here then. That's why I have multiples. Okay. And I'll grab the assault rifle tier 2. I need that. Okay. See how many it's made. 60. So good. But this new dropship is going to be designed after a giant delta wing. It's going to be a giant triangle in space at first. Then we're going to, this is the nose of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it be kind of like a flat cone for a while. And then we're going to cut out areas where we want to be able to put turrets, where we want to be able to put a hangar. This thing is going to be able to, this thing is going to be able to hold 2 HVs. So we're going to have a mining HV and a salvaging HV. And it's going to be able to have a spot to land an SV on top. Much like what we had in the previous CV, but this one's going to be more combat oriented. Going to have combat in mind. Symmetry mode, right here. Let's do that. Okay, we're good. But I'm going to do something kind of like similar to what I did there and there. But it's going to be more of like, we're going to make the general shape of the outside of it. So we're just going to make a giant shape in space. And then we're going to cut out of it and redesign those spots. That's what we're going to do. So it's going to be kind of like build and then destroy and then build again. Right now I'm going to be just building the edge of this. This thing has to be in the center. This thing has to be in the center, and we're going to surround it by combat steel as a secondary layer of protection on it. This one's going to be designed with protecting that core, you know, a lot. There we go. Do this. Also, I'm thinking probably once we get this all the way to the back behind the core, then I'm going to bring it in, and then I'm going to have like a flap, kind of like you see on the US space shuttle, a flap on the back protecting the engines from the bottom. So that when this thing enters the atmosphere and finds itself being attacked by like a bunch of hostile turrets from below, the engines won't get hit also. So that's going to be like a section of combat steel that will eventually be there, protecting the engines from below. And because it's a Delta Wing, we're going to have a lot of space inside this thing to be able to have all the things that we had before on our previous ship. But it's going to be much more thought out. Oh. Oh, right there. Right there. Oh. Yeah. Plus, it's gonna be wide like this, so that one of the other problems we had with the previous design is that we would go to land and it would constantly want to roll itself. So I'm making this thing like this shaped so that if it does try to roll itself when we're trying to land, it won't have that far to go. That was another thing that we had a problem with when we got attacked on Friday, is that when we got cored, our core got destroyed and we just fell. And we fell pretty slowly. So it had enough time to keep shooting at us. And by the time we got to the ground, we got hung up on something and it rolled the entire ship on its side. And it rolled in such a fashion to where the only exit from the bridge was up. And my thrusters couldn't get up and out. So we got stuck inside, and it gave enough time for all the drones that were there to completely surround us, and we were just kind of screwed. So this one is going to be as anti-rollable as possible. We don't have that happen again. Should we get into a situation like that again. So I'm going to have more than just one exit out of the ship beyond just the hangar doors. Okay. Let's see here. keep going. That's looking pretty good. It's looking a lot more centralized. That's good. I want that to be in the thickest part of the ship. That's where I want that to be. In the nice thickest part. See, okay. That looks good. There we go. Okay. Now from here, we'll go a couple blocks back. Let's see here. I'm thinking that far back is probably where all the engines will be located, because I do plan on putting some hefty engines into this thing so we can move a little bit faster. Where is this? Oh, right there. Probably this one. No. That one? No. It might be this one. Okay, there's a shape that needs to go there. I'm just trying to figure out what that shape is. This one? Nope. I think this probably is the shape. Just trying to... Close. We're getting close. Oh, there it is. Found it. Perfect. Ha! I knew there was a shape for that. Let's do that. Just add them onto here. There. 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 There we go. I'm getting better. Right there, right there. There we go. Nice. You can slowly see where I'm going with this. It's supposed to be a giant delta wing kind of a look to it. Yes, we need more. We need more. More. There. Let that go. Let's take care of our bodily needs here. Food and oxygen. Food. There we go. But until we make this ship, until we make these ships, the space station is going to have to be on hold for a while. Because this is our main means of getting supplies for the space station, so this has to take priority. Yeah, it's going to be fairly it's going to be fairly open. Not bad. Remove these. We don't need those anymore. Let's just say the next time we happen to start making this battleship, once we start making the battlecruiser, we're gonna be pretty good at building things in this game. Because once we get to the point where we have enough supplies and we start making the battlecruiser, that's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do. That last thing we're gonna make in this playthrough. Then we'll start another one. Because apparently, if we want to check out the new animals and the new AIs that are running around, we have to start a new playthrough. So, but to be able to play around with all the new stuff, like the deconstructor. Oh my god, this thing is awesome. Before, we had the constructor. Now we have a deconstructor. So when we find parts that we have no use for, we can cut them down to their raw materials and make other things out of them. That is a cool... That was something I was complaining about earlier. But now that we have it... It's expensive as hell to run, though. This thing requires like 800 some odd kilowatts of power. So nearly a megawatt of power just to run one of those things. So it's expensive to run, but man, it is so nice. All those blocks that were damaged, all those damaged looking blocks that we had no other use for, we plugged it into that thing, turned it into steel plates. Nice. Turned useless items into useful items. Hell yeah. Okay. Make sure we've got... Okay. Other way. I demand you to go the other way. All right. Let's keep on that. Also have to make sure that the other side has got a similar fashion and nothing was missed. Okay, nothing was missed. Good. Now we just need to do the underside. Right there. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Correct? Yes. This is gonna be a beautiful ship. I can already tell. Do that. Nope. It's gonna be purdy ship. It's gonna be purdy. There we go. Okay, let's see here. How are we gonna go about this? It's the opposite direction, right? Where is it? This, yes. Yeah, right here. All this in. There we go. Be down below too. Trying to keep that angle. Then up here. Right here. This shape. There we go. We do this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Look at that. It's pretty. Look at that. Nice. Goes from a point and it just continues off that direction. That's gorgeous. Requires a lot of blocks, but the good thing is that once we upgrade the entire outside to at least the top and bottom parts to combat steel, this thing's gonna be armored dead. This is gonna be hella armored. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Gotta figure out where to go from here. Trying to figure out where the cutoff point for a hangar would be. Because I don't want it to be too small, but I also don't want it to be too big. Because we want to have everything kind of easily accessible, but also easily organized. Okay. Do that, that. Probably make it 3 blocks tall right here. We also want enough space to be able to land. Because we need enough surface area to be able to land the ship. We also have to think about weight distribution because apparently I think they turned it on. Connect to Olympus Station. No. Structural integrity. That's not a thing yet. No oxygen. No airtight blocks. No Ceramass. Ceramass does not work right now. Okay. Good to know. Let's do something like this. Yeah, I'm thinking probably, let's see here, probably 3 blocks tall is probably what we're gonna be doing. Then and that being the case, the idea is that there will be the hangar will be where the landing gear is, and that's where it will hit the ground so that the hovercraft can get on and off. And then I have to figure out how to be able to design the hangars so that they will be shielded from incoming fire. Because the hangar doors are not very strong. They're not very strong at all. Let's get ourselves a hangar door so we can visualize this a little bit. Let's see here. Do we have any hangar doors? I don't believe we do. We got 30 combat steel. That's good to know. Concrete blocks, onyx doors. Okay, we do not. So let's see here. Make ourselves shutter doors and ramps and hangar doors. 3 major parts. The shutter doors or the ramps are going to make it to where it looks, you know, sleek. We want this to be arrow shaped. But the hangar doors are going to allow me to be able to figure out the height of this thing. Why is what you do? There we go. Let's see here. Probably somewhere around there. Because we want enough space to angle this a little bit. Probably, yeah, probably gonna have to go way back here. Like there. That'll work. We'll just have to make this spot right here much further back. Because, again, I want these to be centralized here. I'm kind of worried about the... It's going to be surrounded by combat steel. I'm thinking about having that hangar there, that there might be a weak spot right at the hangar. Because I'm thinking about, you know, if I'm pointed towards a turret, that it's going to shoot up in that direction and hit it. Would it be safe there? Because I do know that the drones will target the block and only the block. What could we do to allow us to be able to get onto the ship, but also not have. The only thing I could think of is making it go one block further down. So we'd have another block right there in the way. If we put this thing one block further down. Put it one block further down. That would mean that if they're shooting at the block, they wouldn't hit the hangar door. And then they would have, let's see here, possibly 1, 2, 3 layers of blocks in between. Yeah. That might do it. That might do it. Okay. Yeah, that will do it. We can remove that. Okay. We're gonna need to put you right here. So technically that is going to be the bottom of the ship. Right there. So we'll have this nose pretty much right in front of the hangar here. And I'm going to do something like this here. I want something like this. That kind of a shape in front of the hangar door. There we go. Right there. That's the hangar right there. Maybe. What would I love to do? Wait, each block is a meter and a half, so I could probably get the hovercraft in through without having a ramp. If this thing is on flat ground. That's the kicker. It's like it has to be on flat ground. If that's the case, I might be able to do something like this. Do you have anything long enough? I might be able to do something similar to this. Something like that. And we put something right here to make it look like it's like an extra sheet of armor right there. Make sure that continue the right there. And we do something like this. And like that. And like that. That will work, actually, yeah. But hovercraft, though. How would the hovercraft get past that? This lip right here. It would look cool, but it would be like trying to get on in. I could see getting on board the vessel a little difficult. Maybe I should try this instead. Let's try something else. It would require a second ramp. Wish that thing was a lot longer, but that's the longest it goes, so try this. Another ramp. Let me out. Oh, like that. Come on. Trying to do this reversed here. Slightly. Maybe like this? No. That? No. Nope. Don't think it's gonna let me. Maybe something like this, maybe? Probably do something like that. Something like this. So the two will like separate from there. So it'll just kind of be out like that. Almost like clamshell. Open up. I like it. It'd probably work. Yeah. We just have to make two lock, because it's right now
Confirmed.
it's Verity. What'd you do? Okay, so we have to currently right now it's like a 5-block wide hangar, so we'd have to figure out how to be able to get multiples. I'm trying to figure out how to be able to blend it in with the rest of the ship. That's the part that I'm trying to figure out. Also, having the hangar on the bomb like this is kind of reminiscent of the Normandy from Mass Effect, because the SR-1 had a belly hangar. Okay, do something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're gonna have to rotate it a little bit. Rotate it this way. Trying to get it to angle up here. Angle that way. Let's try this. Let's try doing this completely the opposite direction here. Like this.
As you wish.
Parity? Verity's being weird, by the way. What's new? What possibly could be new about that? Just Verity being weird. Let's do something like this. Trying to make a kind of like an angled part that goes all the way down to there. Let's do something like this, maybe. Need the red one. And the green one. There we go. Do that. That. It's not deep enough. Yeah, the angle is not sharp enough. May have to do something completely different. Do maybe like this. That being the case, wrong. It's like game wrong. We'll do something like this instead. There. Let's do something like this. Then we do this. That should work. That looks pretty good. We'll fill that in. Oh, ran out of blocks. I'm liking where this is going. Fruit. I got indigestion from that. Oh yeah, some other things that they changed about the game. One of the biggest things that they've added to the game is illnesses other than broken bones have stages now. So like dermal parasites will over time upgrade themselves to endoparasites, which will cause more damage. So the dermal parasites will cause damage, and if you let it progress for too long, it will turn it into endoparasites, which will cause even more damage. So they've added to the game where diseases will get worse over time if you don't address them. They also will have a little counter in the corner showing you how long they'll last. And my durability on my heavy armor is at 0. So you should probably quickly make a repair station here. Repair station. Please make one, please. If you wouldn't mind. That would be great. Okay. We'll just kind of plug this thing in really quickly here. Yeah, put you there. Okay. One of the benefits of having a... Yeah, you better extract the alien parasites before they burst out. Right? Yeah. Okay, we need an armor locker. There it is, armor locker. How you doing, Ling? Put you right here. Gotta take my armor off, but hey, we're on a station with oxygen, so ain't that nice? There we go. And there we go. Okay, that's repaired up. Okay, mining capital turrets. Capital turrets again? No, nice. Yeah, they added the retractable turrets, which is pretty sweet. Drop you there. What I'm loving the most is this thing. Oh my god, the deconstructor. That thing is awesome. That is just an awesome idea. I love everything about that. And added epic armor. Yeah, they added an epic armor and epic drill. I have not found that epic drill yet, but I got a feeling that it's probably going to spawn once we go to the new planets. The planets we haven't explored yet. That's probably when the new train and the new gen buildings are going to show up, because we haven't explored much of our world, so we probably have a chance of being able to have that new stuff in this playthrough without having to start a new playthrough. But that's gonna be pretty sweet. Yeah, we'll just let that go. How much power are we using? Whoa, just barely enough. They changed the power requirements for these things. Let's remove those. There we go. I don't need those things running in the background. That solve our... Yeah, I did. Those repairs, the repair and the armor station require a lot of power now. So much power. How much power? It's over 9,000. Okay. It's over 9,000. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna place that temporarily. Rotate. That will allow us to go that way. May have to go wider, though. Yeah, we're gonna have to go wider. We need to go wider. And that's not going to line up perfectly, is it? Okay. With that in mind, with that a thing, we may have to do something like this instead. Yeah. So how are we gonna move you wider, huh? Huh? Because I have to think about how, the ships are going to get on board. How the HVs are going to get on board. We need enough space to where this all kind of just folds away. And we can just fly ourselves on board here. There's going to be thrusters there eventually, but right now we're just trying to get the general shape. And then we'll dig out whatever blocks we need to in order to put the thrusters in the correct spot and all that. I'm trying really hard to, design this thing with combat in mind. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to design this a little bit better than our previous attempt. Okay. Nope. Try that again. Try that. This shape makes my head hurt. Swear to God, this thing makes my head hurt. Epic Drill has 2+ meters over the tier 2 drill, but Empyrion drill has 12-meter range. Oh my God. That's nuts. The shape makes my head hurt. I always seem to have trouble with this particular shape. I'm doing this whole thing wrong. This, maybe? Okay. Back into this orientation again. I want this long end over there, please. Would you mind? Whatever. Try this way. Anybody else having this shape hurt their head? Okay. Something like that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we can do this right there. That'll work. So back to that shape again. So we can remove this. My head is hurting with this shape. Oh, wait. Shh. Don't tell the game. Don't tell the game. Don't tell the game. Game, you let him get away with that. Shut up. No. Let me do this. There we go. Oh my God. Okay. God, this hangar door. Okay. Because right beneath the hangar is going to be where all of the landing gear is going to be located. That's where all the landing gear is. And I'm trying to design the ship with being able to hold 2 HVs inside of it. The previous one held one multi-purpose HV. So it had a salvaging turret and mining drills at the same time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2, but smaller. So there are going to be 2 smaller specialized HVs inside this thing. One for salvaging, one for mining. And I'm thinking probably the mining one's probably going to only have 3 turrets. Well, it's going to have 3 drills instead. Something not as big as it was the previous one, but it's going to be hopefully a little bit more stable, because if I put 1 drill and then 2 drills on the side, it will probably be a little bit more stable. I'm also going to put things in place to kind of restrict itself from trying to roll over. And hopefully by making it much smaller, it will allow me to drill and be able to rotate while inside, while underground. Something a little bit more precise. At least that's the hope. That is the hope. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Once I get this figured out, then the rest should slightly fall into place. Slightly, possibly fall into place. Might as well just keep that there for now, I guess. Wait, no. Actually, I'm gonna probably leave it that way, actually. Then we'll move this with reload. Oh, I'm on the drill right now. Lies, you saw nothing. Okay, so let's do something like this. Do something like this, maybe. Okay, this one is 3x3x5, 3x3x4, 3x3x2. No, like that. No. This is probably my only option. Oh, so this one works. No. That one? No. So this one is like our largest one. It sucks, really. I mean, I wish it was like... Unfortunately, they can't overlap, which means I would have to make the thing... Oh, man. Thing doesn't like when you have odd numbers on ships, huh? That sucks. Yeah, the ship... They don't like when you do odd numbers for your ships. Do something like this. Up, please. Up. It's close. Not close enough, though. It likes it. You just have to click either in the center of the block or central block. Yeah, the problem I'm having is that this thing is 3 blocks wide. That's the problem. Is like this thing is 3 blocks wide. What I really want it to be is, what I really would like is to be able to have either one of the same angle. So you got that, and then have 2 thin ones right next to it. That's what I'm hoping for. Is that same length, same distance, just 1 block wide, rather than 3 blocks wide. So I can have this ramp go to this block too. Or at least have one of these things be 5 blocks wide instead. Have you considered using shutters? Do shutters go at an angle? Can you have shutters that go on an angle? Shutters can get to 5x5? No. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. I need ones that are ramps go on an angle. Yeah, that's the problem. But shutters can go as a door. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create an angled shutter. So almost like armored shutters that kind of close up, creating this really cool shape in front of it, covering up this door. So that when one of my hovercraft approaches from the front, this kind of oyster shells open, and then there's the hangar door right there. I just wish this came in a wider configuration. Same distance, just wider. Or at least have additional versions that are just 1 block wide. So that I could have a 5 wide, really long ramp. Gonna close this up. I may have to just say screw it and just make my HVs really skinny. 3 blocks wide, skinny. It's going to be kind of difficult with the drill. With the mining vessel, because that one has to be wide. Well, it doesn't have to be wide, but... Problem is the door is too tight. Yeah. But if we make the door wider, we have to make the ship wider. Or we have to make the door go further back. Which we also have to make this stable enough to where when it lands, it doesn't rotate over. Yeah, that's pretty much our issue right now. It's like, okay, then go further back. Yeah, seems to be running into a slight problem here. Design restrictions and all. Yeah, because if we make the door bigger, then we won't have any ramps that can completely cover it. Because this is the largest ramp we got. This thing right here is the largest one we have. I really don't want to give up on the clamshell ramp opening. Let's see here. Let's try something different. Do something slightly different. It won't be as far out angled, but it would be a lot closer. Here, that was our longest. That's really shallow. That's very shallow. Yeah, that's very, very shallow. Nope. 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 Yeah, that is extreme. That just doesn't go out long enough. It just doesn't. Hmm. And that would just get in the way. That would just be in the way of being able to get anything on board. Putting it right there. It'd be the correct shape. Do you know if the when it's closed, do you know if that right there has a collider on it? So when it's closed like this, does this have a collider on it? Is this collidable? No, it is. Okay, never mind. That cannot work. That sucks. Okay. I guess it'll just have to be open. As much as I don't want it to be, it's going to have to be. You don't exactly have an option. The game is not going to let us do what we want, apparently. Turn it around. You're talking about this? We're not using these as ramps. We're using these as shutters. If you're talking like angled down like this, connection on the top side. Let's see. Can remove you a little bit. Here. Well, not that. I don't want this. I want the derpy shutter. Yeah. See here. Gotta get far enough away so where I can see this. You can remove the block after, right? Come on, come on. You know you want to. Okay. Let's see here. Use a small one, the nose to make this snap in right, yeah. If we do something like this. Three by four. Here. Okay, rotate. Come on, come on. Maybe something like that. Something like that. Might work right there. My epic armor just has 4 slots in. Nice. Okay, let's get some more ramps here. Gonna need to eat though. Food is a requirement right now. Need oxygen also. Oh, I'm putting a lot more thought into this thing, more than any of my other ships I've made. This is now that I've played around with the with trying to the mechanics of having a drop ship like this. On my previous ship, I'm trying to design this in such a fashion to where it's fairly easy to get on and off of this thing. That's why I'm just kind of making sure that this thing is, because our last ship had a door of similar size. To just give you some perspective of how much bigger this thing is going to be than the previous one. The previous one pretty much was just a box with thrusters on it. This one's going to be much bigger. And the hope is, because it's bigger and wider, it's going to be much more stable and it's not going to roll over. Okay. Well, that food is being... Came through the door. Thank you. Can't wait until they change my collision box when I'm flying around space. Because normally, if you're going to be going through a door, you'd angle forward so that you're just longer and straight through. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4. Yep. There we go. Game. I demand to go down. What are we doing? Do we have? We got one of those left. Okay. We're good. Okay. Okay. Do one of these. Rotate, rotate. Oh. The right angle here. Oh, wait. I had it. There we go. No. Up. I had it. We're there. Wait. There. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that's one part of it. Need the other part of it. Rotate. There we go. That. Aha! Not as long out as I, wanted before, but it will work. There. That'll be wide enough. 5 blocks wide is pretty good. Especially for the HVs I plan on making, so. And the only HV we really have to worry about is the mining vessel. The salvaging vessel is just going to be pretty much a multi-turret on a hovercraft. That's pretty much all it's going to be. Just going to be a salvaging ship. That's literally all it's going to be. And I'm actually leave those just for decoration, actually. Okay. Let's see here. Going to rotate that up a bit right here. Okay. Just need to fill in the sides here. And that's real quick. Trying to fill in the sides here. Let's see here. Try this instead. Right there. Yeah, that's the bottom part of the ship. How to fill in the sides. Let's try this again. This is also designed for, like, allowing this thing to be defensible. Okay, this right here. Okay. And we do that in there. And like this. No. That? No. Like this. That might work. So we do something like this, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Something like that. And we do right here. Angle there. You right there. Right, ma. Right, meow. Right, meow. There we go. Ha! I win! Victory! Oh my god. Of course, the game is going to, screw me over like this. Okay. I didn't want to add those. Okay. So the new module wings allow us to build our own custom wing sizes and shapes, which is very good. Also comes with connectors. Yeah, I know. Comes with connectors so you can put like missile launchers onto it and fuel pods and stuff like that. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Okay. Gotten that figured out. Do this. Now we'll finish that off. And we can just start kind of just filling in the hangar here. front of that looks so much better. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, much better. I might leave that notch there just for, you know, aesthetics. Okay, we have the beginnings of the hangar. Now we just have to figure out a position. I'm probably, you know, I want to keep the entrance open and clear so that 2 vehicles can be pulled in and out. So we're gonna probably have sections on the side here because we do have kind of like a delta wing going on here, so we can do that. Kind of like their own little bays for each ship. Yeah, I'm going to fill that in right here. Oh, blocks. Okay. This, that. We're gonna have to figure out the inside of the ship, but let's start on the bottom part of the ship first. And then we'll figure out the top part, because we still have to put a bridge. We still have to put a docking port for an SV on top. Very similar to the ship we had before, but upgraded. Our new and improved dropship. Also have to remove this spine here. Maybe. Remove the spine a little bit. There we go. There we go. Remove the spine a little bit so we can start thinking about the inside of the ship, but I need some blocks here. Okay, so let's see here. One thing we will know is that the top will be flat. Primarily flat. I'm gonna drop this thing off, so it's not in my inventory and confusing the heck out of me. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I still have to put this onto an SV eventually. I got 15 of you. How much more? Nope, we need more steel plates, which means we'll have to go there and do it by hand. Oh well. We still got that spaceport we're gonna have to dig through. A good thing is that the shape is starting to come together. But for those of you who were not here for the design part of the where we're going with this, essentially what I'm gonna be doing is this thing is gonna have a docking area very much like the SR1 from Mass Effect. So it's gonna have it has a shutter door in front, where all of our HVs are going to enter from. So it's got a belly hanger, much like the SR1 from Mass Effect. It is going to also take, back here, we're going to have all the engines. The engines are going to be inspired by the space shuttle. So there's going to be, this thing is going to be designed to be able to be attacked from the top and the bottom. So we're going to have the engines back here. That's what these blocks are going to represent. These are where the engines will be. And we're going to have a belly armor plate protecting the engines so that if anything hits from below, it won't hit any of the engines. It'll just hit armor plate instead. So when we put engines right here, And we'll have a couple of engines on the side for looks, not really for use, but we'll put a bunch of engines back here, and then we'll have a bit of armor plate protecting them so that if anything hits from below, none of our engines will get hit. Just the combat steel will be hit. Which also brings me to the final stage of the build, is going to be taking the entire outside of the ship and upgrading it to combat steel. That's why we're doing hardened steel first, so that we can later on upgrade to combat steel, so that this thing can survive a firefight and not get completely destroyed. Because we don't want a similar fate happening to this one. That's why the core is protected by several layers, and it's going to also be combat steel around that thing too. So not only is it going to have the outside combat steel, but blocks around the core are going to be combat steel also. So this thing is going to be designed to take a beating, so that we can either, one, stick around and take out whatever turrets happen to be shooting at us, or get the hell out, depending on the situation. But that is the plan for this thing. And so far we've made a rough outline. Turn on main power.
Confirmed.
But this is one that I'm just really trying to figure out and try and improve upon the previous dropship we had. And so far it's already an improvement, but I also have to keep in mind that we need to put turrets on this thing. We're going to have rooms inside this thing. We're going to have a small medical bay, very basic medical bay. We're going to have maybe like a sleeping quarters on board. We have to get the bridge on board. And we also have to have a well-defined docking area for an SV. So very similar to what we had before, but just better. Much more well thought out. And also trying to push myself with my ability to design using these blocks. Because we just need to get ourselves to a point where once we start on the battle cruiser, which is going to be the largest CV we are ever going to make in this playthrough, we will pretty much be able to make some pretty cool stuff. Do I have a... I do. I should probably put it on board this thing. First get to the spaceport, and then I'll put that temporarily on the top of this thing so that I can be able to see things coming from far ways. That's another major thing they added, is SVs will have a detector module, much like the HV. Like a little dome. And apparently I've got some damage on this thing. Interesting. Okay. Put this somewhere where it's visible but not visible. Well, right. I don't think it really matters where I put it. Let's put it right there. Okay. Salvage, please. I demand my salvaging tool. Okay. What's going to be pretty cool and interesting is trying to figure out the inside of this of our dropship. I've never successfully designed a interior that looks functional. It looks correct. It's functional. It's got all the parts in it. And, you know, I want it to actually look like Rubes. We're good. We fine. Everything's cool. That's where the core used to be. Oh, and I know I could do this with the drone, but I'm kind of trying to make sure that I don't like screw myself over and not be able to get to my ship. So I'm trying to do this methodically, lightly, maybe, sorta. As methodical as I can be. Also, it gives me a nice close look at how this thing was put together. I'm trying to take ideas from the developers here and how they created their generated structures. Because if I can get my designs to look like they belong in this this universe they've created, that'd be pretty sweet. There's also another thing I haven't done yet that I really need to start preparing for, and that is taking on transport a patrol. It's a CV that flies around that is an enemy ship. I have yet to do that. I need to prepare for that kind of encounter. Which means we have to make a completely separate CV that's designed for purely combat. Kind of like a... what do you call it? A Corvette. A combat Corvette. Something that's kind of like a fighter, but not. Yeah, it's a pain to board those things because you don't know where the core is and you can't make it stop. Ship's movement, it just prevents you from navigating. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I would have to I'd have to come up with a way to be able to quickly drill through with enough guns to either take out the thrusters, so make all my guns target the thrusters and get it to come to a complete stop, which is an option, or see if it's quicker to just have my guns target wherever the core happens to be and then just have all my guns drill through the ship and just take out the core. Both are options, but it's like which one is more efficient. Probably the thruster option without, you know, having any knowledge of how it works. Yeah, we need to be careful here. probably get up here and move my ship. Thrusters in the back might stop most capitals. Yeah, it's probably a good tactic for most ships, but you know, we haven't encountered all the designs that those ships can have, so we'd have to come up with a tactic that would take out at least the most commonly encountered ones. Once we figure out what tactic works, then we'd have to redesign a ship that is designed to do just that. Because if we find out that drilling in and just taking out the core, having everything just target towards the core, we'd probably have to make a ship that was designed with all the turrets in the front. So all we have to do is point our nose at the ship and it's just have everything fire at it. And have as many guns firing at that one point as possible. Or if we find out that it's the thrusters, then we'd have to design a ship that was more of like that flew around it, or flew right behind it, and then that would determine where our turrets would end up. It might be worth it to have a ship that's more broadside, so all the guns are on the sides. Who knows, maybe having them on the side, it makes it to where we have to fly right next to it and match its speed and have it just go all out. Can you even have guns pointed at the core? I think they removed that. There's a targeting option. Oh, no core present. There's an option to where you can have it target certain parts of the ship. Devices, where is it? Oh, we don't have turrets on this thing, so we can't use this as an example, but I remember that there was an option to be able to have all the turrets target the core, but they're, recent update, they probably changed it. Heck, they might have done that for multiplayer games. If they removed it, they probably removed it for multiplayer, so that when you're on a multiplayer server, you don't have people who have turrets that target cores, which I could see as being very unfair. They removed core in A7 or 8. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Which is good to know, because then it just options for how you place all your turrets changes. That's why I want to know as much about the game as possible, because if you're going to design bases and ships, you have to know how the turrets work, what they can target, what they can't target. We have nearly completely flattened this place. That's good. I do like the idea of making this look like exhaust vents. Having the vents like this. I think it looks really cool. And then we have just one giant solid piece of steel here. which is going to take a pretty significant amount of time, but doesn't mean that the entire ground here is flat. They have definitely improved the textures on these things. They look a lot better. And the game is running a lot smoother, which is nice also. Oh! Ran out of ammo. Okay. Well, that explains why we're going to have to move on then. That's a shame. Oh well. Moving forward. We're at nearly half oxygen. Boop, boop, whoop. Okay. And then we drift. I'm looking forward to getting this dropship completed. This is going to be the very first CV that I have ever probably going to save the blueprint and actually texture. Normally my CVs don't get textured ever, but they didn't during my first playthrough. But when it comes to any blueprint I save, it will be used on later playthroughs. Hence why I want to build my own designs so that we have like different versions for different situations. The space station we're probably going to save for shits and giggles. Probably the next time I make a space station, it's probably not going to be this big. I just wanted to know how big I could make one. In later playthroughs, we'll probably make ones that are a little bit more conservative and a little bit smaller. There we go. Check on, turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Acknowledged.
There you go. Yeah, because the amount of blocks I've used in making the space station, I could probably have made like a fleet of CVs. See here. Okay, we got hardened steel blocks. Ain't that nice? Drop you off. Nope. Doesn't. Nope. Solar panels? Yes, I can. Okay. This off. That off. Another tier 2 rifle. Night vision goggles. Actually, we lost our night vision goggles, so we'll keep that. Drop off the components. Go. One here. And hard steel. Oh, and yeah. Multi-turret. The charges. Multi-charges. 3, 4, 5. Man, they have sped up the advanced constructor. It's so nice now. $15 of those. Yep. because the construct they've I think they've doubled the speed at which the constructor goes. The advanced constructor, which is nice. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so very nice. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. How far out do I want the entrance to be? Probably 3 blocks. 3 blocks sounds good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 from there. And do that. It'll give us enough space so that the front of this thing doesn't feel all weird. Okay, so here. There we go. 3 blocks, which will allow us to kind of be able to move in and then maneuver and then back up or pull to the side. Probably pull to the side. We'll probably make our HVs have a docking port on the side, on both sides, so it can dock either way depending on what we need, so we can just clink right there. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, so let's see here. Some temporary blocks here. Go this far. In. Probably 2 blocks in. No, that'll work. So we can click right here, and then out it comes. Through the entrance it goes. Yeah, we'll go for side docking for the HVs. That'll be a much simpler way of being able to get in and out. Rather than trying to back in like we did before. Yeah, right there. Right there. Then we'll go this way. That will also give us a lot of a lot of extra space to be able to have all the landing gear here, and it will land nice and stable. We want this to be nice and stable. I just keep going. May have to be a little bit longer. Slightly. Okay. Let's see. Is that long enough? 3 by 5? Three by 5 CVs. Not long enough. You need enough room to be able to kind of maneuver and also be able to keep the two HVs from hitting each other. Gonna get more blocks. $90. Probably make more. That's good. Let's see here. Not that. Got 2 drills available for me. Got the armored door. I also gotta design this thing with gravity in mind. I'm probably gonna put 2 armored doors on either side of the hangar so that, you know, I don't have to go through the front hangar door to be able to get out. And I'm also gonna have to put put 2 doors on either side of the bridge so that I can get in and out relatively easily. Yeah. Yeah, I think that will work out just fine. Yeah, 3 blocks tall should be just fine. Yeah, because I'm trying not to look at this as the size of the HV I had. The HV I had was fairly large. It was the maximum size when it came to the number of drills you could have. It had 6. So the mining vessel I'm going to have now is probably going to be only like 3, at maximum 4. Not going to be a 6 drill sized. Okay. I also have to figure out. Let's see here. Do something like this. Nope. Used up the rest of our blocks. Figure out how to blend these two a little bit. So that so it doesn't look like a giant triangle carrying a brick. I don't want it to look like a giant triangle holding a brick. Not there. There. Okay, we ran out of steel. We ran out of steel. We're eventually gonna have to get more. Okay. Again, probably this. Oh yeah, reload. Think about putting angled blocks here so that ease the exit of any vehicle I have in here. That'll work. So that there's not a sharp corner. They could just quickly get out. Okay. May have to just fill this in. That might be what I'm going to be doing, and if that's the case, we're probably gonna be even smoother of an exit. Right there is where the right there. Just reminding myself where the where it is here. Right there. Right there. And right there. Do that. I have no idea what's going. What's life right now? Okay, there we go. Just trying to fill this eyesore in just a little bit. That will have a block there, so. We'll figure that out later. Nope. Try that again. Not the correct Not the right one. This one, yeah. Wrong. Incorrect orientation. There we go. There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Looking a little bit better now. Probably do something like that. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Not horrible. Not bad. I don't want it to be too, like, giant, you know, triangle in the sky. I want to add a little texture to the design a little bit. And we'll just plug that hole, plug that hole. I'm also, you know, planning ahead for, you know, thruster locations and stuff like that. Because we will have, like, thrusters probably right here. That's why I'm not too worried about it being solid block right here. Which, you know, technically is also a good thing, because if it's solid block, that means it's got many layers to try and get through in the front of the ship before it starts getting to components in the inside of it. This is going to be a very dense nose that we're going to have on this thing. It'll be a very, very, very dense nose. Okay. Fill you in a little bit. But yeah, we're kind of just making our way from the nose, making our way back, make sure we fill in all the things that need to be filled in. Now right here is where the hangar begins. So trying to make this not so block like. Or remove the other side. So that whatever we put in place right here will be, only do something like this. Not like that. Close. Not exactly. Something like this. Trying to go a little bit more aerodynamic, which, you know, in space, or in this game in particular, aerodynamics is not really that important. But we want to at least look like it could go through an atmosphere. Go. Okay. Let's do something like this, maybe. Get rid of you. And you. We'll do that on the same right here. And we'll do something like this. go on this side. We seem to have a lot more luck over on the side with the designs of this thing. When it comes to the placement. Wait, have I done it? Nope. No, I haven't. So my brain hurts. This block always makes my brain hurt. Close. Wait. We're back here again. When it comes to the design of this thing, try this. Oh my god. Please, brain, kick in. Ah. I'm just kind of like randomly pressing. That's not what I wanted. I want you to be mirrored other direction. Brain be like, nope, not working today. Screw you. Not happening. When it comes to me placing this thing here, it's always like by pure luck I get in the right direction. Ooh. Yes. I don't like that block. Makes my just sheer confusion. I'm like, eh? What? Brain no worky. There we go. Probably gonna put thrusters right there on these parts. The forward facing thrusters for braking. Hey. Okay. Let's see here. I'll do angled ones right here. Actually, it's going to be angled anyway, so I'll do that. And then these. Right? Oh, wait. Let's limit the amount of headache we have. There we go. Let's just limit the amount of headache we have to deal with. We can go back to that. The places on both sides, mirrored. We can do this. Then we can go and start rotating and all that stuff. Right there, and then right here. Okay. Anybody else remember how this went? There we go. Correct? No, it's not correct. I do this. And then close. Slightly close. Maybe. Sort of. Yep. Wait. this. This shape. This shape. Oh, this shape. So I bought Rim World first the other day because it kept me occupied. So I took Monday off. I'm gonna get the boss something for dealing with a bit of time. Yeah, sounds good. I'm sitting here just frantically trying to figure out blocks right now. Okay, so I might do something like this. Maybe. And right there. We're gonna have to put a block right there in the corner. Kind of make things work here. There. Got heat advisory, so also very warm. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. One last temperature surge before the end, huh? Yeah, that's no bueno. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to add a block or two in the corner here, just to kind of keep the somewhat airtight look to these things over here. Probably this. There. That'll work. Keeping things airtight. Slightly. Yeah, it looked like forecast and look up midweek. Next week, then it drops. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a little bit better. Times like that where it's like your brain's trying to figure things out and you just, yeah, like, why does my brain hurt all of a sudden? Oh, there. Do that. My brain, it is our hurting. Okay. That looks pretty good. What's with the green line? The green line is the symmetry. So there was recent, we recently figured out how to use symmetry in this game. Yay! So whenever I place blocks on one side, it places it mirrored on the other side. So any blocks I place over here is going to be placed over there. Yeah, it cuts us a building time in half. So right now we're just building a brand new transport ship because our old transport ship got destroyed. Because we unfortunately came flying into an area that was not friendly. Okay, we need oxygen. Need oxygen. There we go. And we need food. Pick the berries, which I don't need. There we go. Oh, they changed the lights too. You can see the cone. Oh, that's pretty cool. Make sure most blocks are placed correctly. So, yeah. Yeah, as soon as you yeah, if it doesn't remove blocks symmetrically, but it does add them symmetrically. So when you go and remove a block, you have to remove it on the same spot on the side also. Can get kind of confusing at times, but in this stream vid or other, because I'll watch on my If my Xbox lets me, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so the bottom of the ship is nearly completed. Nearly. Then we need to make the top. And then we got to move blocks on the inside of the ship to allow us to make a components on the inside. I also have to figure out where I'm going to put the elevator to be able to get to the top floors. Let's see here. No, not there. And we have no way of making more blocks. That's right. We have to go and get steel. I've got like 21 blocks left. There we go. It's all upside down, or at least it looks like it does. Yeah. Yeah, right now it's... Currently right now is... This is right side up. So this is the bottom of the vessel right here. This is the bottom of it. So we're going to have like a clamshell opening right here, which allows the HVs to get on board. And then when we're done, it just closes up like this. So they're all just kind of open up, which allows us to get through here. And then our HVs are going to dock on the side here, on either side. We're going to be carrying two at the same time. And also on the top, much like our previous one, is going to have an SV docking area to dock. And I've got a feeling that this ship is going to have to be a lot longer than I anticipated. So we're going to have to increase the size at which the Delta V keeps going. The Delta V. Ha! The Delta wing goes back. So we're going to have to move pretty much everything in the back further back so that the hangar isn't the shield for the thrusters. We're gonna have to go further back on this. Because I do want kind of like an engine room back here somewhere. I'm also going to have to... These little struts right here are not going to be here. I'm going to be removing them because we don't need them. They're just here to kind of give us an idea of dimensions. I'm going to remove you. Don't need you anymore because you're going to be going further back. There we go. But yeah, this thing is going to be a lot. This thing is a lot bigger than the previous transport ship we had. It's gonna be way bigger. Way bigger. Okay, go in here in a minute, but my Xbox apps let me watch, and it will, since I switched to casual game for this week, can watch stuff while playing, so enjoy your day. Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm gonna be streaming for a little bit longer, and then I have to go work myself. Yay, work. Okay. We're gonna go a little bit further back. Probably one or two more iterations of this pattern. We'll call it good. Which does mean we have more space to add all the other components. See here. Do this. So allow us to move things around here. There. Right there. And we do this. What's up, fishes? Hey, how's it going? How you doing? How you doing? No, how you doing? No, how you doing? There we go. Keep going back. Okay. Right there. Right there. And one more back. There. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a wide ship, but that's awesome. And we're out of blocks again. Giant triangle ship, but it'd be pretty cool. Once finished. Could probably turn the combat steel into. We got the steel blocks. Could turn those into components. Steel blocks. That's actually gonna. That'll work out. Do that. Is this reinforced? No, it's just concrete. Never mind. Here we go. I love the deconstructor. There. Go, go, go! So any blocks that we don't use immediately, we can just turn into steel plates. And then turn into things that we actually need. I love the deconstructor. It's so nice. So nice. We're probably going to get a ton from the combat steel blocks. Gonna take a while though. Let's turn off symmetry for a little while. Take a look at what we have so far. Okay. This is going to be a very large drop ship, but that's the bottom of it so far. And once we get far enough back, then we have to add pretty much like a flap that angles. We're going to angle it back, you know, the back of the hangar is going to angle up. And then we'll have a flap that comes out where the engines are going to be on top of it. And then we'll have like medium kind of thrusters on either side of this delta wing. And then we'll put a bridge up here. And we're going to have turrets up here and down here. So there's probably going to be a turret like right here. So there's a 3x3 block right here, which turrets are going to be located. We're probably going to have some thrusters around it. We're going to have thrusters probably around there. Then we'll have thrusters on the ends of the wings pointed up and down. Yeah. 2 of the major components are pretty much filled in now. Once we get this CV finished, then we have to make the HVs, which are going to be tiny, maneuverable hovercraft designed strictly for... Huh. Nice. Just turning them into ingots, huh? Thought they were going to turn them into steel plates, but nope. Still going. That was unexpected. I was not expecting them to turn them into ingots, but okay. That works. I was expecting it to turn it into hardened plates, but the combat steel should give us a ton of steel plate. I love my medical bay. I love my medical bay. It's nice. Well. Just grab what we have so far and get producing. Take a whole bunch of those. Let that just kind of go. How much power does both of these use? 3. Well, we got a lot of battery life, so we're in pretty good shape. So it's not like we're going to completely drain our battery here. But we are we are consuming quite a bit due to the deconstructor. The deconstructor nearly maxes out our current output. But because we have a bunch of batteries, we're not going to go completely dry. Should have enough battery life to make it through these 2 running at the same time. We do not have turrets nor weapons. Turn that off. And we won't have turrets nor weapons on this station. They're going to be on completely separate platforms with completely separate power. Completely separate power sources. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I want it to start working on that and finish up. Yeah. That works. And we've got blocks. We got blocks. There we go. Okay, so let's make sure that the other side is filled in also. Then we'll get the bottom part. Rotate. Or rotation. Rotate. Close, but not close enough. Okay, we need to do this like this way. This way we can guaranteed we're going to have it in the right direction. Yeah. There we go. Then we do this. As my brain doesn't seem to understand. Okay, and I need to get closer so I can actually select it. There we go. Over. No, over further. Game. Right there. No, further over. No, not there we go. Yeah. Like now, further over. Over further. Okay, get the bottom part of this. There we go. We do this. That. This is just really good practice in it's just really good practice. Hey, that light gives off. Oh, it's weird. Really good practice on making sure that we get used to angles in this game. There we go. And we do this. There. All the angles. Many angles. Yeah, that's working out just fine. Okay. And right here. Do something like this. Okay. Do this. Do something like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Trying to make it wide enough to where there's going to be enough for the engines. I'm going to be putting in the back of this thing. And then from there, go to center. There. That works. Okay. And then we're going to go up a little bit. Just slightly. That'll work, yeah. Because we do have to think about the fact that we're going to have a bridge on top of this. Go. Nice. That's good. Okay. Trying to figure out where we're gonna start the larger engines. Probably right here. Still trying to figure out like how big of an engine, how big of engines am I gonna put on this thing? How big would we want to go? Yeah. Remove you. Then we'll remove these. Probably put the engines like right here. Okay. Either that, we could build the hangar back and then have like a section of it go up and be the blast shield, the blast plate for the thrusters, for the engines. Grab you. Let's check out you. Nice. Okay. Ding 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 ding. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. Yeah. Now let's see here. Place some engines. Nothing too terribly big, but also I don't want this thing to be very, very slow. But I also don't want it to be the speed of a, over the top too much. So what kind of engines could we place on the back of this thing? Well, we can't make those yet. Those are 2x2x4. Those would be a perfect fit, really. But we need to go and take care of the, we'd have to go to a different planet that's nearby we could get the ingots we need, the alloy. So we got probably do a couple of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really wish it would give me a number of how many of these things I can make before I run out of supplies. That would be nice. But eventually we're going to add these large thrusters onto the back of it. Probably 2 of them. Onto the back of this, on the back of this thing. And then we'll move the medium thrusters to the front so that we'll have like 2 medium thrusters. Well, total of 4, but 2 on either side of the front of this thing to slow it down. Because let's see here. Force 200. That one's 20 newtons. So let's see here. We have 4 of these things. 80 meganewtons versus 4. Oh yeah, we probably have to have more than that. We just need to have enough to, slow it down. The amount of force that those things can pump out. Okay, so these are the medium ones. They're going to be located somewhere up here. That'll work for now. This is where all the larger thrusters are going to end up. But we need something something here to allow us to move around, but I'm just kind of placing these to kind of figure out where we're going to be going with this. They're technically placeholders for the eventual engines we'll put in place. Okay. We're also gonna have to make whatchamacallin', all the stuff on the inside. But let's just work on the outside some more. Want to finish this up to kind of get the quote-unquote delta wing kind of filled in here. Okay, just go with it. We can see our quote-unquote finish bottom. Okay, that's probably, yeah, there's a little bit of room for some turrets right here. There's a little bit of room for some turrets. You'll have to fill in this part, which will allow us to blend in the rear end of the hangar with the back of this right here. Do this. Not bad. Definitely looks like something. Do like the nose being so far ahead of where the hangar is. Those are where thrusters will be located. Back end of this thing is going to be pretty crazy. I do have to add, yeah, I do have to add that jutting out part right here, just so it doesn't look too much like a triangle. So we're probably going to move this all out back further, which is probably where the engine room would probably be located, right there. It's coming together. It's coming together. But that's why I said that we're going to build the basic shape and then we're going to subtract from it, build on it, subtract from it again, just to kind of get the lines of this thing kind of figured out. Do we have plate? Yes, we do. Iron steel plate. Make more. Next stream, we're gonna have to finish the bottom part of this ship. We're gonna have to finish the engine housing, As I guess we're going to dub it, the engine housing back here. And then we'll start working on the top. Get the top figured out, get the bridge figured out, and then we're going to go in the inside of this thing and figure out the guts. Trying to figure out where we're going to place everything. Because we got to put, we have to make this thing warp capable. We have to put the fuel tanks in this thing, the oxygen tanks, I'm thinking about putting a gravity generator on this thing somewhere, because our last one didn't have one. And where this thing is located is pretty good, because it's quite surrounded by blocks, so chances are going to be very slim that it gets hit first. And then once we get the shape made, then we have to go and texture this thing. We got to go through and just texture everything. I'm gonna have to put spotlights on the corners here to allow us to be able to see when we're landing. I also have to add lights to be able to see around us, especially where where we'll be coming out. Right here, I have to add some lights so that we can see getting in and out. We have to add a sensor module there so that it can detect us approaching those hangar doors and open it up. And one steel block. Ain't that nice? 63, yep. Ran out of steel plates. Probably the first thing we're gonna have to do next stream. Let's go and salvage up some more steel plate. We can finally get this thing finished. In there. Seal that up right there. Probably gonna go a little bit further back from here. Yeah. Do this real quick. Symmetry mode. Right there. Let's go that far back. I'm thinking probably something like this. This will go that far back. To kind of protect the engines. That's what we want to do. And probably thinking angled like this. Here we go. 45 degrees, or should we go severe angle? Probably 45 degrees. Because the rest of this particular design has been the steeper angle. Well, I mean the shallow angle. So back here will be slightly different. Like that. This will be the engine room / where the engines will, the larger engines, the big engines will be right here. So one engine here, one engine there. Okay. Like that. Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. But we have an idea of where we're going. We have to connect that right there. Yeah, this is way bigger than the previous ship we made. This is borderline Corvette size that we're going. Definitely. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you're new here, hit the follow button your way out. I play a lot of survival games, but I've been kind of hooked on this game for a while now. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing this game. We're gonna be finishing our CV. We're gonna be finishing this ship, or at least trying to finish this ship. We're gonna at the very least get the outside of the ship finished. That's for sure. The outside of the ship is gonna be made. Then we'll start working on the inside of it. At the very least. So, anyway. Yeah, like I said, I'm out of here. Hope to see y'all later. Oh, man. This is going to be a tough one. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Stay alive out there. Don't drop your drink. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.